Barcelona. There is no one greater at the moment, and Messi is the greatest of all time, I say, arguably. So yeah, Barcelona.
I think Barcelona got too much, so they're going to win.
I go for the Liverpool FC.
To me, it's quite clear that the favourites are Manchester City and Barcelona, just because they have the best players, and Manchester City, just with Pep Guardiola, one of the greatest coaches. And they're just showing in the leagues that they are one of the favourites definitely to win it.
I think this time Barcelona are going to make it.
It's City.
I'll go with City.
I think they're just too good in the league, they're dominating.
I think PSG will take the Champions League this year for the first time ever.
No, I think there's two. I mean, Barca to win it. I just think when it comes to European stage, these guys are so much better. So much better. Maybe Man City have the best chance.
I think Man City have the best chance, but I don't think they have that mentality in terms of experience in the Champions League.
Yeah, it's Liverpool.
I don't think this season is a time to shine for an English team, but next season, with Manchester City, with Tottenham, with Liverpool all on the rise, I think there's going to be some surprise next year.
To me, as I said, Manchester City definitely is a favourite. It depends as well if they're gonna have the stamina to go until the end, because the schedule in England is like this brutal that it's always tough for the English teams. And as well, for me, Manchester United is always, with Mourinho, it's just tough to beat him in the knockout stages, so I think they can go far.
Well, Manchester City will go all the way. I'll just say we will have one English side in the final.
Yeah, I can see Manchester City winning the Champions League, but it's pretty much the only team I can see winning the Champions League in the UK.
I'm going to go with Man City to the semis again. It depends on the draw, I guess, but...
I think City can probably get the furthest, maybe reach the semi-finals, maybe even sneak it into the final. Liverpool should do well, but they've got the weakest team, I think, in terms of defensively, so they're going to struggle a little bit. I think Tottenham will overcome Juve, but whoever they face in the next round, I think they'll beat them, because the pressure of trying to get fourth and playing the Champions League is going to be too much for them. Man United have a very good squad with the addition of Sanchez, but I do think that Jose doesn't really know his formation and he's playing Pogba out of position, so I don't think they're going to get super far. So I think City has the best chance.
Liverpool is my surprise candidate for the title, and Man City, of course, is one of the best teams in Europe this season. I think the other two are not candidates for the next round.
I think for Liverpool and City, it's going to be semi-finals, if not finals. But the other teams, I don't think they're going to make it that far.
Manchester United, with Mourinho, I think they can go quite far. Chelsea has a very tough game at the beginning against Barcelona, and I think they're not going to make it. Same goes for Tottenham, who I think play against Juve, yeah, and they're going to have a tough game there as well. To me, Liverpool can go quite far, because with Porto they have an opponent that they can actually beat, or they're probably favourites against them. And then it depends on who they're going to face in the quarterfinals.
Tottenham, I think they might be able to make it against Juve. And if you beat Juve, you can actually beat any team in the Champions League. So I'd go with Tottenham.
Yeah, as I said, City can go to the final and can win it. The rest of the teams, I think the best case scenario is a semi-final.
For a team, Porto. I think they'll get through Liverpool and then see where it goes from there. Spurs
against Juventus were the biggest surprise, because I think they're going to put in a very good performance away and they might win at home. So I think not many people expect them to beat Juventus, but I think they will. But they might not get any further than that because they might run out of steam.
Yeah, it's Liverpool, I think. They are a big team with big names, but the other small underdogs are not really in place for getting the top teams out of the tournament.
The biggest surprise is going to be AS Roma, because they are actually going to get to the quarterfinals, maybe semi-finals, and that's going to be the surprise of the year.
Liverpool could go to the semi-finals maybe if they might probably going to advance through the best of 16, and then depends on who they're going to face in the quarterfinals. But I think Klopp has proven as well that with his team he's always able to upset a bigger team. So I think they might be able to go to the semi-finals.
I really appreciate the way Shakhtar Donetsk have been playing this season, and they beat City once. So if I have to bet on a dark horse, I would say Shakhtar Donetsk.
Ronaldo. He's already won ahead of Kane, and I feel like Real Madrid might last a little bit longer in the competition than Spurs. But if they don't actually, because of PSG, then maybe Kane. But I'll stick with Ronaldo for first.
I think it's going to be Cristiano Ronaldo because I think he knows that it's a big determinant factor of to whether he's going to win the Ballon d'Or. So he's having a terrible season in La Liga, but if he is able to be the Golden Boot winner and somehow get Madrid to the final, I think he'll be in contention for the award again, so he'll be pushing really hard in the Champions League.
Messi, Ronaldo.
Easily going to be Messi.
Cristiano Ronaldo to me has already, he's quite far ahead with 9 goals, so I think it's not going to be easy for the others to catch him. It depends as well on how the results are going to be between Real Madrid and PSG. If they advance, I think he's definitely going to be the best scorer. If they drop out early, it might be someone from PSG.
Cristiano Ronaldo. It's just, yeah.
I would say Cristiano, but I don't feel like Madrid are going far this season. So it's gonna be probably Messi, right?
Kylian Mbappe. You don't even got to watch him, or because you already know about him, but he's just mint. So yeah, watch out for him.
I think it's Harry Kane. I think it's the one place he gets to really prove his world-class pedigree. Obviously, against English teams, he's able to really show what he can do. But in Europe is where you really solidify whether you should be challenging for Ballon d'Or titles or generally be considered as top 3, number 1, or whatever it is striker in the world. So I think Harry Kane's going to really have the bit between his teeth to try and push on and get that world-class acclaim.
It's Mo Salah. No one has him on the list, maybe only nerds or real experts, and he shows up as he's one of the next superstars of world football.
The player to watch out for, aside from Messi, maybe will be James Rodriguez, just because if it's going to happen that Real are playing Bayern, then it's going to be hot.
For me, it's Kevin De Bruyne. I think he's quite known in the UK and in the Premier League, but outside of the Premier League, he's not getting the recognition still that he deserves, and I think he's going to show that in the Champions League this year.
That's my man Mo Salah. Not even a question. That guy's just too good.
Yeah, Barcelona are playing Chelsea, so I think that Luis Suarez is having a feast.
Basel by Man City. Home, away, over the leg, anything. They're going to get hammered.
I think FC Basel is going to get smashed against Manchester City, even though they've not lost to an English side in the last 4 out of 5 games. I think City just got too much. Aguero is in great form, scored 4 at the weekend. They've got Leroy Sané coming back, so it's going to be a very strong Manchester City team that takes them on, so I think they might actually get beaten.
Poor guys from Basel, the Switzerland guys are happy to be in the next round, but I think this is the final and maybe kind of a mayhem in this round.
Besiktas and Basel, definitely. They didn't get in the round of 16 undeservedly, but yeah, they have no chance of getting any way further.
For me, it's Basel. Definitely, because the difference between Manchester City and Basel is just the biggest in the best of 16. So they're gonna have a really tough game on their hands, and I think they're really gonna concede a lot of goals.
Man City are playing Basel, but I don't think Basel are gonna be bad. My bad would be Besiktas against Bayern. 4-goal difference in both legs.
Besiktas Istanbul. I think Bayern is going to be strapped and violent in the... They're going to be angry, and I think it's not going to be fun for Besiktas.